Well, first of all, we're getting closer to Valentine's Day. That's our new grant we have. It is giving out $20,000. The deadline is the 14th of, was it, February, right? Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going to have a party here in our apartment in D.C. So if you're in town, come by for a happy hour drink. And I throw a lot of parties actually in the condo, usually in the lobby, but now this is going to be the first time we do it here. And Valentine's is really a special day. We think that's when we conceived our first child. So that's sort of like our anniversary. So that's a special day for us. But let me get to the video. Okay, here's a bunch of programs, new programs. See, new programs are coming and going every day. And it keeps my job interesting. Now, here's a couple I think are really interesting that I found out. What they're doing in Michigan is they have a $500 grant they're giving out to 700,000 people. Okay, and this checks are going to start coming out on the 5th, 13th. So that's the day before Valentine's Day. Now they're giving out billions or whatever that is. We're only giving out $20,000, but you could apply for both. And now this is a Michigan grant, so you got to live in Michigan. So the reason I tell you, and I know it's not for everybody or whatever, but see, I explain these to you and show them as examples of the kinds of things where you live. And then you have to, do some digging work, or if you're a member, we help you do that too. But there's no magic to what we do. We just dig ditches, on grants. Now, here's another interesting thing. If you have low income or whatever, Medicaid will pay a lot of your expenses because you have to stay at home. See, to keep you out if you're ill, and to keep you out of nursing homes or hospitals and things like that, they'll take care of all your expenses at home. And that's called a Medicaid waiver. Okay, in the description below, I have links showing you about this program, all the waivers in Maryland for things like this, to pay for people to come in and clean or pay utilities bills, equipment, all this kind of stuff, because you can't earn money yourself at home. And that's part of Medicaid. And then you can find services like this, because they're local. You have to find out where you are, is to go to the Elder Care Locator. And that's your local area office on aging. So I'll put the link in the bottom below to how to find the local office for you. And I'll put the link below on how to find your local Medicaid office, because these are Medicaid organizations. That's the money that's paying for this. Okay, here's another example. Oh, I didn't show you this. Actually, here's the Medicare waiver for Maryland. All the Maryland Medicaid waivers, and medical daycare waiver, model waiver for disabled children, waiver for brain injuries, waivers for people on autism spectrum, community pathways waiver, community supports waivers, family support waivers. See, these are all things that can be paid by Medicaid, and you don't know. So you got to find out what's like that available where you live. Okay, here's the Elder Care Locator, eldercare.acl.gov. Put in your zip code and call. So you got to call people. That's it. Now here's how to find your local Medicaid office. I have the link down there. You put over here with your state. So if you're in Arizona, you put Arizona Go, and you go. There are the phone numbers, okay? Right here to call the service. And wait online 10, 15 minutes. What the hell? This could be worth thousands of dollars for you, okay? Here's another thing, too. What Biden is doing now, he made a new law. Actually, it didn't pass by Congress. They do it on just themselves. but this is, there's 9 states, that will help, that will pay your rent, because they're afraid if you lose your home or your rent or apartment, you become homeless, you become sick. And you become sick, and then we have to pay your medical bills, okay? So it's easier to pay your rent than to pay your medical bills. That's a lot cheaper. You go to the hospital, 100 grand is nothing, right? That's 10 years of rent maybe for you. So that's why there's new programs. Now, it's in 9 states, and you look at this link down here. And if it isn't in your state, check anyway. Check with that Medicaid office I told you earlier. Now there was another one I think I skipped through here. Office kind of hourly weather help. No, that's the Arizona thing. Okay, what else we got? Oh, this is really interesting, I think, is that the Attorney General's office in one state alone, this is Massachusetts, they collected $90 million for people to get compensation for either a victim of crime or a fraud case, somebody stole money from you, or even sexual harassment. See, you have a free attorney, a lawyer that will go get that money for you. How do you like that? But who knows that? No, nobody does. And that's the important. So I got the links down there so you know about that. There's the Medicaid information. Attorney General is $90,000. Now here's another thing too. We also have something called the Help for Victims of Crime. Okay, and every state has this. In other words, if you are a victim of crime and lose work, you break your glasses, you can't earn money. I mean, you get up to $30,000 from this. And also in sexual harassment, see? So all these programs, you have the Attorney General you contact your local Office of Victims of Crime. See, they have money for people. We have more crime out nowadays. So people steal your car or whatever. Well, you're a victim of crime. There's enough money in there to buy a new car and pay for your rent and mortgage for a while. See, and that's it. But people don't know, and even the people in the government don't know. I have another one here, a local grant in California, and I'll put it in the website. But here, what they're giving out is people with low to moderate income. They have special money set aside to provide daycare services, senior services, health and mental health services, legal assistance, and transportation services. And this is for incomes $44,000 or less. I mean, see that's good living expenses that people don't know. To find stuff like this for you is really, you could go to findhelp.org, findhelp.org. Also, 211.org will help too, but findhelp.org to me is a little better service, for this, because there's programs like this everywhere, but they're not advertised, and people and the reason that you don't find them is because you're using Google. Don't use Google. No. You want to use findhelp.org, you want to use 211.org, you want to use grants.gov, okay? And they're the kind of things you want to use. Or here, actually, I think AI is good. I mean, I use chat.openai.com, and you could put in, like, your state, I'm looking for help for transportation. I can't afford transportation in my state of California. And see, when that does research, it's like going to the library. When you go to AI to do research. In the library, you have nobody selling you sex toys or trying to scam you for information. It's all real information, right? So this is what this does. AI is like the library. No scams, no salesman trying to sell you something, and no fake news, just real stuff. That's what's so neat about AI. They think it's going to give us more fake stuff. Yeah, that's probably true too. Like when we got automobiles, we got more crashes. I don't know if more people died on horses or driving cars, but I would guess driving cars. But let me help you. And don't forget, deadline is February 14th, Valentine's Day. $500 to spend on your lover. If it's yourself you want to love, fine. That's okay. Just share the love. That's what we're doing, because there's nothing better in life than to open your heart and love someone. And that's what we want to do with all our members, and members are doing it. If you want to help other members, we're looking for people. And you get little stipends to go on live on our service and help people who have, hey, how the hell do you use this thing? And people who've gotten money to share their experience with this. And so people get incentive to work. See, it may take a little more work than than you thought it would be, and you give up. Can't do that. You can't give up. No. Don't do that. Let us help you. Letsgohelp.com.